afternoon, Rails. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Michelle.
And welcome to the Weekly Hopper. You know, I can't wait for Thanksgiving break this Thursday and Friday. Just thinking about it is making me hungry.
Speaking of special days, let's see who has a birthday this week.
Those are this week's birthdays. Congrats to everyone making another trip around the sun.
From celebrations to competitions, let's see what Tanner has to say about sports for this week.
Thanks, guys. And hello, everyone, and welcome in. I'm your host, Tanner. Let's talk sports. Starting off, we have our games of the past for winter. First, a girls' hockey game against War Road, where we lost 1-4. Then, keeping up with the hockey selection, another girls' game where they played Roseau, and pulling out all the stops for a 5-1 win. For the girls, and another girls' game where our hockey team went against Edina, where we tried our hardest but just missed the mark as we lost that game 2-1. Then, rounding off our past games is even more girls' hockey at Moose Lake, where in classic Mirage fashion, we bounced back and put up a shutout game, beating them 6-0 and bouncing back from that loss a couple nights before. And it's good to see that our girls are bouncing back as strong as ever this season. They are currently 2-2 this season, so I can't wait to see how they progress in the future of their season and maybe to a championship. But now, we look to the future of our girls basketball and boys hockey seasons. They start this week, and we start them with an away girls basketball game against Pequot Lake Tuesday the 25th at 7:15. Then, that same Tuesday, our Mirage play Rock Ridge at home. That game starts at 7. Now, our boys hockey goes down to St. Paul for a tournament at Tria Rink, which in researching for this episode, I found is actually located on the 3rd floor of a mall. The more you know. They will be down there the 28th and 29th this week, so wish them luck at Tria. Then, to round off our future games, we end as we started, with a Mirage hockey game at home where they go against Andover on Saturday. This game will start at 3 o'clock p.m. And that's a wrap on our sports this week, and I hope you enjoyed it and that you will go out and support our teams this week. I know I will. And as always, go Rails. Back to the desk.
That does it for our sports today. Great job to all our athletes out there. Now let's shift our focus to see why November is such an important month.
As some of you may know, November is Native American Heritage Month, a month to honor the history, cultures, and contributions of Indigenous people who have helped to shape our nation.
And a great chance for us to reflect on the rich traditions and long-lasting impact of Indigenous people across the world.
In a time when the Lakota people were struggling, food scarce, and hope fading, 2 hunters saw a figure approaching across the prairie. She wasn't walking, more like gliding, dressed in pure white, glowing like morning light. She told the men she carried a message for their people, and when she reached the camps, she offered them a gift, the sacred pipe, a symbol of peace, balance, and connection between all beings, earth, sky, animals, people, the seen and the unseen. She taught the Lakota how to pray, how to live in harmony, how to honor the land that fed them. Her message was simple: treat everything with respect because everything is connected. After sharing her teaching, she walked away, transforming into a white buffalo calf, an animal so rare that even today its appearance is seen as a sign of hope, renewal, and unity. The people understood, even in times of fear and hunger, guidance can come and transformation is possible.
Another thing November is known for is the start of cold weather. Let's see what Mother Nature has for us this week.
Moving on to our next segment, let's go to Carter with our DECA interview.
This is Carter Rengo interviewing Ms. Trubitsky for the DECA interview. Alright, Ms. Trubitsky, for people who don't know, can you explain what DECA is?
Yes, Carter. DECA is what I would call a business competition club. So kids work all through the year on big projects that they do in the community. They do test prep, they practice role play scenarios, and then they go compete with these things in a couple competitions in January and in March. So there is our district level competition, which is down in St. Cloud at the end of January, and that is where kids will participate in mock interviews and role plays, and they can have the opportunity to qualify for the state competition then, which takes place in March. And if they make it to state in their role play, great, they do that there. They will also present their larger projects at state automatically. And these are things that they've done in the community that they've been working hard on all year long.
All right, how has DECA changed for you over the past 2 school years?
Sure, so when I first got this job in 2023, I didn't really know how to lead DECA. I had been a participant myself as a student, but then was really unaware of everything that goes on behind the scenes and actually running a chapter. So it was a total learning curve for me. We started strong our first year with just, maybe 15 members, a few projects. We gained some great knowledge. We even had a group make finals that first year, which was crazy at state. And then have only gotten better at being able to pinpoint what they want in different events and presentations and just build stronger projects overall. We have a lot more students now too, which is awesome.
Would you say if you didn't participate in DECA, it would have been harder to start as being the teacher behind the scenes of DECA?
Yes, 100%. If I hadn't been a participant, I would be flying so blind right now. But having done it myself, I at least had a basis for what was expected.
All right, what is the hardest thing about DECA, whether it be behind the scenes or some of the projects that you've seen the kids do?
Yes, so DECA is a challenge. You have to come up with a big project concept and then you actually execute it in the community. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of emails and phone calls and organizing and printing things and marketing, and it's a huge process. And then you actually write up the paper and make a presentation and visuals for it and practice that presentation. So there's a lot that goes on. These kids are really, really driven kids that they come out of DECA like a different person after having gone through all that.
Would you say for those who would be interested to join that there's a certain skill that they'd have to be really good at or need to know to better understand DECA, or would it be as soon as you come in, you learn and you start understanding what DECA is?
I definitely wouldn't say you need the skill set before you join DECA. DECA will give you the skill set over time that you need. You will be so shocked at how you come out of it a better presenter. You will come out of it empowered as someone who's like, I can actually pull off a big event or a big project. I can make the phone calls I need to make, everything like that. So DECA will teach you that skill set. All you have to do is be open to gaining it.
How about what's something you find really enjoyable about DECA, whether it be seeing the students grow or being able to participate in projects? What's something you find that's enjoyable?
My absolute favorite part of DECA is the first time that first year kids go to the district competition. They go into their role play room and they do their role play for a judge, and then they come out and you can just see the spark has flipped for them. They're like, I did that. I presented that. I'm dressed business professional. I did this presentation. You see it change them right in front of you. It's my absolute favorite thing.
Thank you for your time in the interview. That is Carter with Ms. Trubitsky for the DECA interview. Thank you, and see you back at the desk.
Here at Proctor, we like to include everyone, so let's hear it from Jay on some of your fellow classmates.
What's up, everyone? This is Jay Buckets here with the Weekly Hopper, and today we'll be interviewing people on the street. Oh, hi, Miss Hall.
What's up?
Nothing much. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're stranded on an island, what's 3 things that you would need?
I guess the correct answer would be like food, water, and shelter.
Okay.
But fun answers, I'd want my family, I would want my Steam Deck, and I would want an air conditioner.
Can't be mad at those. Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Yeah.
What's up, Antrell?
Nothing much. How about you?
I'm doing great. So I have a question. If you were stranded on an island, what is 3 things that you would need?
First, I'd say food, and then some type of lighter for like fires and to cook the food, and then like a jacket if it gets cold.
Okay, that's a great answer. Hi, Brooklyn.
Hi, Jay.
I have a question for you. If you were stranded on an island, what's 3 things that you would need?
I think I would bring a life straw, a lighter, and a knife.
Okay, that's good answers. Thank you.
Speaking of making sure everyone is included, next week is Night to Shine. Make sure to sign up and show your support. As you may have seen, the advisory classrooms are doing a coin drive, so please help out as any donation is appreciated.
And with that, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Maddie. Have a great week, Rails.